Hello students, in the last class we discussed about the atomic and ionic radii of the transition elements. In this class we study about the next property, that is ionization potential or ionization enthalpy. This ionization enthalpy increases along each series. Ionization enthalpy increases along each series, that may be either 3D, 4D or 5D series of each series of transition elements from left to right, with increase in the effective nuclear charge. Why this ionization enthalpy increases along each series among the transition elements means due to increase in the effective nuclear charge or decrease in the atomic size across the period, across the each series. Already we studied about the variation of atomic size. Atomic size decreases across the each transition series. Due to decrease in the atomic size or increase in the ENC, ionization enthalpy increases along each series of the transition elements from left to right. Then second and third ionization enthalpies. Second and third ionization enthalpies along each series of transition elements is higher than when compared to that of IE1. Second and third ionization enthalpies of each element is higher when compared to increase in their first ionization enthalpy. It is order is IE3 value greater than IE2 greater than that of an IE1. Then if you observe the ionization enthalpy values, that is of irregular trend in the ionization enthalpies of the 3D series, that is first transition series. If you observe the values of ionization enthalpies of the first transition series, there is an irregular trend. There is an irregular trend in the ionization enthalpies of the first transition series, that is or 3D series. That is due to that of removal of one electron. Removal of one electron alters the relative energies. That alters the relative energies. Of 3D and 4s. Hence, there is an irregular trend in the ionization enthalpies of the 3D series. Then, first ionization enthalpy, IE1 of the chromium is low. It is very low. Why IE1 of chromium is low means chromium configuration is 3d5 4s1. By the loss of this 4s electron, it attains the stable d5 configuration. By the loss of the 4s electron, chromium attains the stable d5 configuration. Hence IE1 for chromium is very low. It does not change the d5 configuration. Then IE1 for zinc, IE1 of zinc is very high. IE1 of zinc is very high because it loses an electron. That zinc loses an electron from the completely filled s orbital. And no change in the d configuration. D configuration is D10. You have to remove the electron. Zinc configuration is 3d10 4s2. We have to remove the electron from the completely filled s orbital. No change in the d10 configuration. hence IE1 of zinc is very high. Then IE2 of chromium and copper, IE2 of chromium and copper also very high. IE2 of chromium and copper also very high, because for the remove electron, the configuration is D5 and D10. Then D5 and D10 configurations are stable. To remove the second electron from chromium and copper, that is from D5 and D10 configuration, they have stable D5 and D10 configurations, hence there are very high IE2 value. IE2 of zinc is low. IE2 of zinc is low. If you take the zinc, IE2 of zinc is low because removal of second electron from the 4s orbital is easy. Removal of second electron from the 4s orbital is easier because it attains the stable D10 configuration. This is about the ionization enthalpies. Just you follow this ionization enthalpy order: IE3 greater than IE2 greater than IE1. There is an irregular trend in variation of ionization enthalpy of the 3D series, because removal of one electron, they alters the relative energies of the 3D and 4s orbital. Then you consider the oxidation state. Next property is oxidation state. Transition element shows variable oxidation state. This is very important for reason, one more reason. Transition elements show variable oxidation states because why they show variable oxidation states means due to participation of both NS and N-1d unpaired electrons in bonding, in addition to NS electrons. N-1d, that is unpaired d electrons, they are also involved in bonding. Why that unpaired electrons involved in bonding means because of energy difference between NS and N-1d orbital is low. Energy difference between NS and N-1d orbital is very small. Hence, in addition to NS orbital, N-1d unpaired d electrons are involved in bonding. Hence, that transition element show variable oxidation state. This is 1 mark reason, or sometimes they can ask for 2 mark. Why transition elements show variable oxidation states means because of the participation of both NS and N-1d unpaired d electrons in bonding, because energy difference between NS and N-1d orbital is very small. Then you consider this scandium. Scandium is 3D1 4s2. It shows +3 oxidation state. Then titanium means 3D2 4s2. It shows +2. That is, if we only s electrons involved, +2. Then from the 3D unpaired, in addition to s unpaired electron, if it involves only one unpaired, that is this is the configuration 3D1. Then this is 4s2. This is the 3D orbital. In addition to s unpaired electrons involved, then it show +3. Both unpaired, then +4. From the scandium only +3 oxidation state. Then titanium, vanadium, only in our syllabus they mentioned the 3D series element. Vanadium means 3D3 4s2. Then by using 4s it show +2. Then 3D3 means 1, 2, 3 unpaired. Then in addition to s, 1 unpaired +3, 2 unpaired +4, all the 3 unpaired +5. Then vanadium, chromium. Chromium means 3d5 4s1. Then you can write plus 1 also due to 4s plus 1. Then plus 2 up to all the 5 up to plus 6. Plus 2 to plus 6. Then Mn configuration is 3d5 4s2 from S plus 2. There are 5 unpaired plus 2 to plus 7. Plus 2 to plus 7. Manganese. Then iron configuration is 3d6 4s2. 3d6 means this is the one get paired. This is the D subshell. This is the 4s. By using S plus 2, then there are 4 unpaired, only 4 unpaired. This paired electron not involved in bonding. Hence, by using these 4 and S plus 2 to plus 6, plus 2 to plus 6, plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 and plus 6. Then cobalt. Cobalt means 3d7 4s2. Cobalt configuration 2 get paired. Only we have 3 unpaired electrons. 3 unpaired electrons. This is the s orbital. Then it show plus 2 by using S. And by using 3 unpaired and S plus 2 to plus 5 only. The paired electrons not involved in bonding, because already mentioned that only unpaired d electrons involved in the bonding. Cobalt, then nickel. Nickel is 3d8 4s2. 3d8 means 3 get paired, only 2 unpaired electrons. Only 2 unpaired electrons. These are the unpaired electrons. Hence it show plus 2 to plus 4. Plus 2 by using this plus 3, this one plus 4. Nickel, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper. Copper means 3d10 4s2. 3d10 4s2. 3d10 4s2 means it can shows 3d10 4s1. 3d10 4s1. It can shows plus 1 also. By using 3d9 4s2, by you can consider 3d9, actually 3d9 4s2, due to stability it attains the 3d10 4s1. By using this configuration it show also plus 2 as well as the plus 3. This is the copper. Then zinc. Zinc means 3d10 4s2, only s electrons are involved, it show plus 2. D10 is completely filled, paired electrons, no unpaired electron, hence only s electrons involved, hence it shows the plus 2 oxidation state. You have to remember that scandium, only scandium and zinc not show variable oxidation state. Scandium oxidation state is only plus 3 and zinc is of plus 2. They can ask for one mark. Name the 3D series element which not show variable oxidation state, means you can write either scandium or of zinc. Scandium and zinc not show variable oxidation state. Then common oxidation state. All are one mark questions. Common oxidation state of 3D series is plus 2. Common oxidation state of 3D series is the plus 2. This is due to removal of the 4s electron. By the removal of 4s electron, this shows the plus 2. Lower oxidation state. Lower oxidation states is due to participation of only 4s electrons in bonding. Lower oxidation states, that is plus 1 or plus 2, it is due to the only participation of the 4s electron. Higher oxidation state is due to participation of both 4s electron and unpaired d electron. Unpaired d electron, not the paired. Unpaired d electron, higher oxidation state. Then among the 3D series element, you observe manganese. Manganese shows the highest oxidation state of plus 7. Observe the manganese, only manganese shows the highest oxidation state of the plus 7 in case of the KMNO4. In KMNO4 complex, manganese oxidation state is plus 7. Yeah, manganese only shows the highest oxidation state. That means that D5 configuration, generally D5 configuration, you take chromium. chromium and manganese have D5 configuration. That D5 configurations shows the highest oxidation state. D5 means there are 5 unpaired electron. Due to 5 unpaired electron, it shows +6, chromium shows +6, and manganese shows +7. Name the which D configuration shows highest oxidation states means the D5 configuration. D5 configuration shows the highest oxidation state. Then for you observe these oxidation states: scandium +3, titanium +4, vanadium +5, +6, then manganese is a +7. That is, from scandium to manganese oxidation state get increases. Then from iron to zinc, that is of +6, +5, +4, +3, +2, that oxidation state get decreases. Iron to zinc oxidation state get decreases. Then in certain complexes like NiCO4, you take NiCO4, nickel carbonyl, or in iron carbonyl, FeCO5. In iron carbonyl and nickel carbonyl, this nickel and iron, they show 0 oxidation states. In coordination compounds, we discuss the oxidation state. This is a neutral ligand. Due to that neutral nature, this nickel and iron, they can show the 0 oxidation state. Then in the transition elements, name the transition element which show highest oxidation state means in the transition element, osmium shows an +8 oxidation state. Osmium shows +8. Among the 3D series means Mn. Among the 3D series, Mn shows the highest oxidation state. These are all important for the competitive exam. These are about the oxidation state. In the next class, we will study about the magnetic property.